Good afternoon. The Symphonic Band has had an excellent time these past few days on campus here at OU. Our clinician this year is Mr. Mark Miller. He is currently the Director of Bands at Southwestern Oklahoma State University. He brought with him an incredible amount of enthusiasm and energy, and the kids responded really well to it. And I think that you're going to see that in their performance this afternoon. It is my great honor to introduce to you Mr. Mark Miller and the Coda Symphonic Band.
something completely different. When I say that, I mean, and now for something completely different. This next piece of music is a piece of music called Epion, written by John Paulson. Very unique piece of music. These guys, when we started this project, this day-and-a-half project, which it really is, this is going to be a piece that they've never experienced before, and probably may never again for quite a while. One, because the high school system we're worried about, one, we've got to teach this stuff, and we have contests and all that. This is not a contest piece, but it does take with it a great deal of meaning, depth, a lot of real soul stuff in it. Epion dates back to the Greeks, and it's a little short lyrical phrase that they would use way back in for celebrations and things like that. It's put to music into this theme. Epion is what it's called. The earliest one dates to 520 BC. Later on, these themes became more and more part of the culture that was used for celebrating athletic events, and then in community events. In this setting, John Paulson wrote it as a whole another meaning that was also used by this, because it was just kind of the thing they would just kind of repeat the same thing over and over. But in this particular case, it was a quasi-battlefield, not a quasi-battlefield, a battlefield, where the workers would sing this Epion over and over again while they separated the living from the dead after a battle. Now, here's where it gets kind of interesting, I think. He wrote this right after Vietnam. And I think that's really interesting, that parallel. And I really think, I'd love to meet him and talk to him and find out. But I really believe there's a parallel there, that he was using this Epion theme that you'll hear, obviously here a little bit, but maybe in his way of reflecting upon what's going on, what did happen at the time. Now, in this piece of music, you're going to hear a lot of different techniques used by these fantastic musicians and young people that normally you'd hear him do it, you would go, stop doing that, but they get to do that here. And so, yeah, I had to go, no, slow down, shh. It was hysterical. But we had a pause, but uses some different techniques, but it creates so many different ways that this Epion theme works its way through this piece of music. Basically, the way we equated it to in the short version, it starts off with this very, very, very dark, early morning kind of scene. You'll hear the breeze of, we think it's overlooking what was a battle from the previous day, night, whatever. You'll hear the first Epion theme. You'll hear the church bells from the town. You'll hear a couple birds coming out to do whatever. Use your imagination. We took it a step further, and we decided, let's start making this about ourselves and how we can relate to some of this. Because the theme does take on every kind of meaning. It turns into utter chaos. It turns into fear. It turns into literally horror. You can only imagine what it's like back then, Vietnam, our own world, whatever happens to you. This is John Paulson's Epion.
at this time, we'd like to recognize our 6-year Coda members. Please hold your applause until all students have been announced. Allison Yancey from Yukon High School. Thee Boy from Yukon High School. Michaela Offerman from Edmond Memorial High School. And Isabella Cavazos from Carl Albert High School. Please help me in congratulating these students on this outstanding achievement.
Isn't that awesome? Kids can do that. That's really, really cool. And I told you about that last piece. How about something different, huh? Hey, I gotta tell you a couple. Well, I should say, this is the time in the program where the conductor talks about how wonderful the kids are. I shall do that now. This has been an absolutely wonderful, wonderful day and a half. We have had so much fun together. We talked a lot about being good people. Sitting behind me are some of the best I've ever encountered in my career, and I've been doing this a long time. And this group of kids back here is awful dang special, and what the work that they've done, the open-mindedness that they've had, like I told them, I've done that piece with other organizations. They looked at me like, dude, what are you thinking? And it will fly. These guys, all right, let's do this. It's been fantastic. And there's good people and good kids. Give them a round of applause for that, please. And we know that good kids come from a good place as well. So right back to you guys, because if this wasn't good, this wouldn't be good. So we understand the cycle of that. So thank you, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, brothers, sisters, dogs, cats, goldfish, whatever, anything you have to do to make you responsible and a good person. Thank whatever that is. Mechanic on the street, whatever. But thank you so much. I cannot thank the directors, the board of directors from Coda, all that for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to make this real brief. It sounds very selfish, but I want to. I was a teacher in Moore for 22 years, and I now teach at Southwestern Oklahoma State. And when I got asked to conduct this, to come back and conduct this organization, it was hands down the highlight of my career. And I've never been so honored to stand in front of a group of people, in front of this group of young ladies and gentlemen I am today, the past 2 days. So to my colleagues at Coda, all my director friends, I cannot thank you guys enough. It's been an absolute thrill. And then obviously to Wakefield, all of our college here at OU, fantastic. Letting us spit on the carpet and do all the stuff that we have to do in order to play music. So thank you so much for coming out, being supportive, supporting your kids, and doing all that. We are going to play something that you're going to love. This is Pushta. This is a series of 4 gypsy dances. We're doing the 4th movement. There is so much personality in this piece of music. You're going to love it. It's kind of a fiddler on the roofie kind of thing. This is Pushta, the last movement. Thank you so much.